Today we will talk about the best basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. It was he who made an invaluable contribution to the development and popularization of basketball all over the world. Jordan is a 6-time NBA champion, a 5-time Finals MVP award winner, and a 10-time leader in points scored in a season. He also won 2 gold medals at the Olympic Games in 1984 and 1992. At the beginning of his career, he was just Michael Jordan, an ordinary teenager from North Carolina with a vague future. After graduation, he was thinking about a career in the Air Force. His main qualities were the desire to win and fight to the end. Air Jordan began his ascent playing for the school club. Michael played with great dedication. His average score for one game reached 28 points. The young basketball player took the 23 inches number on the jersey, explaining his choice by imitating his older brother. In the summer of 1980, his persistence in sports was noticed at the University of North Carolina. They liked an athletic young man, and the guy was invited to become a university student. For a long time, the Jordan family did not hesitate and gave their son to study. It was then that the stellar career of Air Michael began. Jordan successfully established himself in the university team and regularly went out on the court. No game was complete without a talented attacking defender. After 3 enchanting seasons, Michael received the Naismith Award for student players. At the Los Angeles Olympics, he took gold with the U.S. national basketball team. After such success, young Jordan decides to apply for the 1984 NBA draft. The Chicago Bulls scouts had no idea who they had selected. In his first year playing for the Chicago Bulls, Michael receives the NBA Rookie of the Year award. He also signs a contract with the Nike Sports Company and the release of branded Air Jordan sneakers. The most breakthrough year in Jordan's career was the 1987-88 season. Here are the results he achieved that season. Statistics per 100 possessions: 43.6 points, 6.8 rebounds, 7.4 assists, 2.0 blocks, 3.9 steals. Advanced statistics: win shares 21.2, box plus minus 12.2, value over replacement 11.8 per 31.7. The team's performance in the playoffs: beat Cleveland 3-2, lost to Detroit 1-4. Awards: League MVP, Best Defender of the Year, All-Star Game MVP, the most Jordan moment, 59 points against the Pistons. With the score 110, Thomas in the last seconds took the ball and then scored the winning penalties. Now we will enjoy the most incredible moments that have gone down in history.
Around the Stansbury. Now, Michael Jordan told me he had something special. He may be trying to take off from the free throw line a la Julius Erving. Let's see what happens. He kind of measured it from there. He's going back. That very may well be it. The people are excited. They like this.
I can hear his engines revving now.
Air Jordan ready to take off.
In Chicago.
Got to be a 50 by. He took off just a little inside that free throw line, one hand and double clutch it. Magic Johnson gives him a nice 5 underneath the basket as he got out of the way. Let's watch this one again. This deserves a second look. Michael taking off. The patented tongue comes out just in front of that line. Look at this, the double clutch, the reach out, and this 50. I don't know who didn't give him 10, but I want to see.
The main thing I remember about that game is that we tried everyone against him. He scored and scored all the time. I'll never forget how he walked into the aisle next to the Bulls bench. I got on top of him and jumped out, not as high as I could have, but enough to hinder him. And when he slipped past me, all I could see was the bottom of his shorts. Then he scored from above through Parrish, and he yelled at me, "Why didn't you knock him out?" I replied that I couldn't even get to him. The bottom of his shorts flew past my face. That's how high he was. He got the ball on the edge, made 1 or 2 hits to the floor, and took off. Larry Bird. The most Jordan act. Jordan broke his leg in the 3rd match of the season. Initially, it was thought that it was a slight sprain, and he even refused crutches. Then he was banned from returning to the floor that season. Jordan began publicly accusing Chicago of trying to merge the season and saying that he did not want to be associated with such a club. I wanted to be honest with Michael. We arranged a call with specialists. I guess I just had to say that I talked to the doctors and they all recommended him not to play. There were 3 doctors there. They all said that his return was not the best idea. Finally, someone said, "What are the chances that he will get redamaged?" They said 10%. And if this happens, it most likely means the end of a career. Michael was delighted. 90 to 10, these are good chances. I want to play. I told him we couldn't take that risk. Imagine that you have a headache and I will give you 10 pills. 9 of them will help you get rid of your headache, but 1 will kill you. Will you take a chance? He replied, "It depends on how bad the pain is." Jerry Reinsdorf. Jordan returned and immediately provoked another scandal. During the game with Indiana, Chicago was 1 point behind, but Jordan's time limit, 15 minutes per half, had already expired. Bulls head coach Stan Olbeck removed him from the game. After that, the young leader threw a tantrum and started yelling at him. Olbeck already understood that he would still be removed at the end of the season and followed the directives from his superiors. Jordan complained about the time limit publicly, and after a few matches, he was already starting. Jordan's last great season is clearly not his best season. Somewhere he is affected by fatigue. He's obviously not doing well somewhere. He no longer has that visual lightness, and he does not ship 60 points to those who infuriate him. Rather, a more modest 40. Despite his age, fatigue, and hyperattention, Jordan retains the title of the league's top scorer for the 10th time. Jordan is framed by both Pippen and Rodman. The first pulls with the operation, arranges demarches, and then recovers for a long time. The second one is fond of things unrelated to basketball and creates such lawlessness that at some point he realizes it himself. He comes to Jordan in the middle of the night and lights an apology cigar with him. Despite all this, Chicago is 62, 20 in the season, and has the status of a juggernaut. Chicago is looking into the abyss for the first time. In his entire career, Jordan has never come as close to defeat as in the series with Indiana, where he did not fly at all even in the 7th decisive match. All this highlights an obvious feature for everyone. Jordan 98 is the most cinematic Jordan of all, a positive character who simply cannot lose according to the laws of the genre. He may not have the obvious qualities of a superhero, he may get into difficult situations, he may be overly sentimental, but everyone knows that he will definitely win in the final. It's been more than 20 years since the end of Air Jordan's career, but he still remains the best player of all time, who continues to motivate millions of people around the world.